All right, hey everyone, it's Drake Copeland and Lawson Priess here. We're Tech Service reps in the Mid-South, and we really want to talk about soybean fungicides today. And if you look at this year, and it's a lot like a lot of years, we've got planting days that range from April all the way to a couple of weeks ago. So the crop stage is anywhere from, you got V3 soybeans to beans that are about to finish. And one thing that we wanted to point out and talk about today are soybean diseases, and one of those being frog eye leaf spot. And Lawson, here in Arkansas where we're at today, what's the status of the diseases that are present in the fields, and kind of what are you seeing here at the site here in Crawfordsville?
Yeah, Drake, this year has been particularly a high disease year due to the amount of rainfall we've had. Some farms I was on last week had over 65 inches of rain since April, right? So anytime we get those environments, pretty hot, low light conditions, and a lot of rainfall, pretty conducive for disease development. Got quite a few phone calls on frog eye leaf spot, Cercospora leaf blight, even some Septoria brown spot in soybeans. And I think it's important to remember, Drake, that there is a class of chemistry in soybeans that's kind of lost effectiveness on certain diseases. You know, the QOI or Strobe class of chemistry has developed resistance in Cercospora, in frog eye leaf spot, and target spot. So really not a useful tool if we're chasing those diseases in a soybean crop.
Yeah, and I think that leads into one of our products that we go to in soybeans. It's Lucento fungicide from FMC, and it has a really good triazole with a long residual, but it's also got an SDHI, bixafen, that has great activity on leaf spot diseases, which is primarily what we're dealing with in the Mid-South soybean acre.
Yeah, absolutely, Drake. And the plots behind us really represent that pretty well. I planted a susceptible variety. It wasn't a late planted. We planted April 12th. We came in and made an R3 application on June 12th, and we have quite a bit of frog eye, some Cercospora, and Septoria brown spot all in this soybean field.
Yeah.
And really, we've seen great things out of our standalone triazole in soybean Xyway, right? It's looked really good. We made an plant application, so on April 12th, and we're still getting 70% reduction in frog eye leaf spot control. So whether it's Lucento, Xyway, really they both work together using flutriafol to prevent diseases.
Yeah, so the main recommendation here in the Mid-South, and we're talking from Kentucky all the way down to Mississippi at soybean acre, Lucento, we run a 5 fluid ounce rate, and typically we target that R3 to R4 timing. It depends on when logistics works out, but with the crop kind of spaced out this year, it kind of allows for time for not all of it to hit at once. So it's just one thing to remember when you're going out and managing those. And one thing I wanted to mention, Lawson, is there are other leaf spot complexes like Cercospora leaf blight that if a fungicide is not applied and it continues to stay on the leaves and moves to the pods, and say we get a hurricane or we get a really wet fall where we can't get the crop out, we will see things like purple seed stain, and it affects the soybean seed quality. So that's something I just wanted to remind people when we're talking about soybean fungicide applications. It's more than just what you see on the foliage. It can actually get onto the seed.
No, that's a great point, Drake. If people want to learn more about Lucento or maybe Adastrio in corn or Xyway in soybeans, where would they go?
Yeah, typically what we do, our sales reps are always the first line of defense. Lawson here also, we're here to answer questions, but we have a website, ag.fmc.com. It's got all our portfolio opportunities on there, whether it's a herbicide, biological insecticide, or a fungicide. So with that, we appreciate you watching, and good luck this year.